Well, we have some major news today from the nation's highest court. The second longest serving Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer is expected to announce his retirement at any moment now. He was appointed by President Bill Clinton back in 1994. The 83-year-old is the oldest member of the current court. And as a liberal justice, Breyer's ruling supported abortion rights, health care access, and LGBTQ causes. So to break down what this retirement means, let's bring in Skylar Henry, who's live at the Supreme Court, or on Capitol Hill, I should say, tonight. And Skylar, first up, Justice Breyer, he's been recorded saying he wouldn't bow to pressure to retire. We know that a lot of progressives have been urging him to do so, with Democrats having a very slim majority in the Senate right now. So why did he choose this moment to step down?
Well, Lorenzo, good to see you. I think you could certainly look at this from two perspectives. On one hand, that is the point. Because there is that slim majority, many Democrats would say that if not now, then it could potentially be up in the air given what may happen in the midterm elections, what would happen if Justice Breyer were to either retire or pass while on the high court. And so I think his retirement is certainly signaling that Democrats' pressure may have worked. But then you also have to look at legacy, and that is something that I think many of these justices are certainly concerned about. And would he want someone who has similar judicial philosophies to his own to replace him, as opposed to, say, someone serving in the conservative part of the Supreme Court?
Yeah, because on that note, Skylar, we've seen the court change over the last 5 years with multiple conservative judges, justices being added by former President Donald Trump. So what would Breyer's resignation mean for the future of the Supreme Court?
Right. Well, ultimately, in terms of makeup, I don't think anything would necessarily change. Remember, there is still a 6-3 conservative majority on the Supreme Court, but you have to take into consideration what President Biden and others have said in terms of on his campaign trail, wanting to nominate a black woman to the high court. So that could certainly be historic in and of itself. There's a lot of pressure from a lot of different lawmakers in the background, all saying that they want a black woman to serve on the court. The list is growing. There are several front runners out there as well. So I think that would be certainly historic. But in terms of the makeup and what the Supreme Court would look like, it would still have a conservative majority moving forward.
Yeah, and Skylar, one of those names being floated around right now is Judge Katanji Brown Jackson here in D.C. What do we know about her?
Yeah. Right. Well, she was recently confirmed in June, Harvard educated, and she is also someone who has been through a confirmation process before. We should also note that she had bipartisan support in terms of her being placed in the D.C. Court of Appeals, receiving support from several notable Republicans, including Senator Lindsey Graham as well. So it'll be interesting to see if those Republicans who voted for her the last time would do so the same this time if the president were to nominate her. But she is certainly viewed as the front runner here. But there are also other candidates, including Michelle Childs, who is a federal district court judge out of South Carolina, who's received support from Congressman Jim Clyburn, the House Minority Whip, or Majority Whip, I should say, who's also been monumental if you take a look at what happened in 2020 in terms of getting the president the Democratic nominee. So that is certainly somebody who could be under consideration. There's also Leandra Kruger, who is the Deputy Assistant Attorney General from California, who obviously has worked with the Supreme Court in cases in the past, and also works in a state that where the Vice President comes from. So that'll be somebody to watch out for as well. But this list is growing. We expect the president perhaps to come out with who he wants to replace Justice Breyer in the next few weeks. High stakes situation here in Washington, Lorenzo.
Yeah, that list is growing and the guessing games begin. Skylar Henry there on Capitol Hill for us. Always great to see you, my friend. Thank you. All right, and for updates on this and all the day's news, anytime, just download our WUSA 9 app. If you don't have it, just text app to that number, 202-895-5599, and we will send you a link to download it straight to your phone.